Hi, Collective. Welcome back for a daily message. Thank you for being patient with me. I didn't get anything posted yesterday. Sources had me working on a project overtime since last Thursday, and I am exhausted. I'm so tired. So I'm just going to do a general reading today, and then I'm going to get back to the zodiacs tomorrow. I did a video, and they do this to me sometimes. I did a video, and then I felt like this feeling, like, don't post it. So I'm like, okay, what is this about? It was for me. There are readers out there that say they can't read for themselves. That is so much bullshit for me. I can read for myself like that. I don't understand. I don't understand it. And you know what it is? A while back, I said to Source, I said, why can't you give me I said, I need to hear the message from you. I want to hear it like I'm talking to a person that I can audibly hear and understand. And then all of a sudden, I started getting messages and readings and stuff. And then I would do the message, and then that week, that would happen. Like they were queuing me up for it. And so they did that to me, and they still do it to me. Those readings, I don't post those. I keep those privately. I don't post those because they're giving me information about myself. But if you ever feel like you can't read for yourself because you have to learn to be unbiased. You can't think that you're always going to be the person doing well in the story. You got to really be able to look at yourself and have that emotional intelligence to say, okay, that's me. I can see where I need to work on that. Okay, and that's them, and that's how they were affected, and that's how they need what they need to work on. So if you're not in that place, and maybe you're still in that place that they hurt me, they did me wrong. Everybody's got fault in something. Everybody. Your fault may be that you stayed with somebody when you saw the red flags. That could be the fault. It doesn't mean that it's your fault that somebody beat the shit out of you. I'm not saying that. But I am saying there's warning signs. There are red flags to these things. And that's what Source is pointing out right now, that there's a group of readers out there. There's 2 new readers watching me, they said, who are able to do this. And they've been giving messages to you when you pull cards for yourself, but you don't believe what the message is. It scares you. The message scares you. That's why. When you see the message, it scares you. For those, I have to say it, for those 2 new readers watching this that will resonate with that, and they're telling me it'll hit you like tingles up the spine, oh, in the stomach, you're going to be, kind of tight here when you heard that. If you didn't have that happen, this is not for you. But for those who did have that happen, they're telling me 2 people. Say it again. It is just you going through a karmic trench. You will come out better on the other side, but you have to be refined. So in the Bible, it talks about being refined, like precious stones and precious gold, diamonds happening under pressure. Diamonds, beautiful diamonds built under pressure. Pressure, pearls. Is it pressure with diamonds or pearls? I don't know. But anyway, there's pressure. And when you go through the heating process, that's intense heat. Intense heat. When you're working with that type of stuff, like glass blowing, intense heat, that type of heat, you're being refined that way. And in order for you to be refined that way, you are being forced to face your part, the things that you have done that are in the way. And the reason they're doing that first is because it's easier to do that to help you shift and get that part out of the way so that you can get to the good part. The good part of your story, they want me to clarify. These trees are so gorgeous. I just heard finding out the truth crushed me, but I understand their point of view. I can see where they would take it that way. I didn't mean for it to go that far. I didn't mean for it to hurt so and so in such a deep way. I didn't mean for it to happen. So it's okay, someone out there is panicking because they're feeling like they're going to get in trouble for something that really was supposed to be some, like, to them, some malicious joke that was not a big deal, but it was a big deal somehow. Somebody's feeling fear around that. So I'm going to pull some cards about that. Somebody is feeling fear around that. I see why. Look at that. I said I had just channeled that download of someone feeling like it wasn't meant to be that way. It was just a joke, and it went too far, and now I'm in trouble, and they're panicked. And you see, look at that. He's got cuffs on his hands. What does that mean? What's avoiding the 12? I don't even get that. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it's some type of slang for something, but I don't know what it is. I don't stay up on the lingo. I really don't. Drives my kids crazy. So you're afraid somebody's got evidence. Somebody's afraid someone's got evidence here of something that it looks a lot. It's like somebody wants to downplay. Okay, somebody's wanting to downplay and dismiss the severity of the situation. They were having fun while they were doing whatever they did, but now that they're being exposed or being caught or evidence is coming to light, they're panicking. I didn't mean it that way. Lie, 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 lie. I'm sorry, that's what I just heard. Lie, 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 lie. That's what it's going to... 4-4 on the clock as I said that. They're wanting to dismiss the severity of this. They want to water down how badly it affected you, whoever it affected. And source is like, no, you don't get off easy this time. Could be something to do with a third party. Let's see what that's about. There was a third party that whoever did this was with a third party, and they were fully, like, they made this other third party feel like they were fully committed to them. Look, I just split a twin flame that's fired up, furious with rage, build up emotions, overwhelming thoughts, very angry, confused. There is this doesn't have to be, excuse me, my throat just closed. Did you hear that? It sounded like a frog in my throat. They can't speak their truth. There's a twin flame who is fired up, pissed off, who can't speak their truth because whoever their twin flame is, they feel is committed to somebody else. And it's like they didn't care that you were their twin flame before, but now that you're with someone else, they deeply care. They deeply care. This is crazy. This is how they wake up. Look, twin flames are not for the faint of heart. I hate being in a twin flame. And I honestly don't want to reconcile. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. I don't. Yeah, so now I'm getting a twin flame story where in the past they were really closed off. They didn't it's they didn't want to be, and it's like it gave them anxiety to talk about commitment. It gave them anxiety to talk about marriage. It gave them anxiety to settle down and like start burying, digging in and putting roots in the ground. But they waited so long that now the other person is in a third party situation. The other part of the twin flame is with somebody, and it looks like on the outside it looks like they're fully committed to this third party, but it's causing confusion for the twin flame who's in regret that they didn't choose their partner in the past. Now that the twin flame sees that the other person wasn't going to sit around and wait on them to just do whatever they want and come back around when they're done sowing their wild oats, um, and they moved forward without them. They didn't think that you were capable of doing that. They didn't think that you wanted to do that. And they thought that all they would have to do was just say a few little things, breadcrumb you, and you come right back like you did in the past. But what they don't realize is the level of healing you've been through, the recognition of the dynamics in the relationship. Yeah, it's like you are finally able to recognize the dynamics in the relationship and see them for what they truly were. Where before you looked back on this relationship as kind of like a honeymoon thing, a honeymoon phase. You looked at this person when you realized they were your twin flame, like, oh, you're beautiful. You just thought that the world began and ended with them. You really did, is what I'm getting. That's the love you were exuding for this person. And it was to the twin flame, it came across as clingy and pathetic, but they were not feeling the intense spiritual connection that you were feeling at the time. Now all of a sudden they're being awakened to that spiritual side of themselves because you went through your healing phase. As you go through your healing phase and you're part of a twin flame, you literally open that portal for them to start shifting and healing as you move forward. And that is what's happened here. They are very jealous that you have not chosen them. They're comparing themselves to this third party. And they cannot figure out why in the hell you would choose that third party over them. They don't look as good. They don't treat you as well. I mean, it's like they're just comparing. Well, I got this and they ain't got this, and I like what is it that they see in this person? What? And they're trying. It's causing them to look at themselves and their insecurities. And it's meant to be that way. Unfortunately, it's meant for them to be awakened like this. hmm It is. That doesn't mean you step back into this. No, it doesn't mean you step back into this twin flame relationship or get caught up in it again, because they are still putting up a facade. They're still putting up a facade. They reminisce about times you've had together, but you would never know this. They looked at you as a people pleaser, and they wonder if they come back to you as the people pleaser. They wonder if you would, open your heart to them again, because they feel like you're being very closed off. I just heard they want to get you alone. It's almost like kind of an energy. Let's just say you're at the same party and you're going to walk into the kitchen with a pan of brownies, and somebody grabs your arm like, hey, come here, come here, come here, I gotta tell you something. Hey, come here, come here. And they go into another room and they close the door. I gotta talk to you. They want that. It's like they're trying to find a way to just like swoop in and talk to you and have this quick conversation, and it's risky for them. It's something. It's like they're not thinking this through. And it's because of the panic that they feel. The longer the other person stays in a third party situation, the higher the chance of never reconciling. I do have fire sign that popped out. I do have heartstrings that popped out. There were a lot of mind games that happened here, and it's all of that is starting to change and shift. I just also did hear this. Whatever it is, in this twin flame connection. I cannot speak today. I'm so tired. I just lost it. Damn it. I hate when I do that. Hold on. Like hair stuck in my... There we go. Sorry. They're going through some intense emotions. As they reminisce about you, they are experiencing very intense emotions, and they feel like what's really happening, they're being awakened to this connection. They are being awakened to spirituality. They are going through things they've never been through before. And you are somebody who's able to help them with that, but you're not around to help them with that. And while they're having these clashing waves of emotion, and they are intense, you see how it's a wave, they're telling me they are thinking it's your energy they're feeling. They are thinking it's your, you know what it could be? Your inner being speaking to their inner being. I had that happen and it confused the shit out of me. Oh my God. It was so confusing because I was getting these really deep out of body experiences with my twin flame. Literally, there was one night I was laying in bed on my stomach and I'm laying there trying to fall asleep, and I heard it was a conversation, and it was with this person, and I wasn't having the conversation. I was trying to go to sleep. And I heard, you give me all of your best experiences you had with everyone else. I'll give you all of my best experiences I had with somebody else, and we'll bring the best of both worlds together and make a new world. And as that happened, I'm laying on my stomach, y'all. I felt, and it felt like a fucking hand grab my back right calf, no, my left calf and my right ass cheek at the same time, like they were crawling up behind me and grab that shit, you know? I was like, and I remember doing that creepy stare, like, oh my God. I was really expecting somebody to be there. I was. Because at the time, these were newer visions happening to me. I was learning about my twin flame through all this stuff. And it absolutely scared me. But then it's like stuff like that kept happening. And it was so intense. But then when I would go and I would see him in person, he'd be like, you know, real fucking asshole, pretty much. Just chip on his shoulder. Real ass. And I get it. Because I could be a real bitch. Yeah, I get it. We match like that. We do. And that, you know, that's the interesting part. Well, with anyone, especially twin flames, what you don't like in your twin flame is what you don't like in yourself. What you do like in your twin flame, you do like in yourself, or what's lacking. So your twin flame may be really good at one thing you're not good at, and it drives you crazy. And it's really because you want to see that in yourself. Your twin flame is showing you a mirror of what you lack in yourself. And it makes you judge them instead of you going within and working, hey, if they have that, that means it's in me too. They're my twin flame, and if they have that quality, that means that's a quality I need to work on. Because there's always strengths in one twin, the masculine, and there's strengths in the feminine. And usually the strength in the masculine tends to be, not always, but it has happened, tends to be physical. They've got the physical stuff down, you know, the right side of the body, the physical stuff. Feminines tend to have the emotional stuff, the inner work stuff, the dream and stuff. That's why they lead in the twin flame, because they are able to process and navigate those emotions in a really, I don't want to say easy, but a visceral way. And you do it, and they do it so much better. Like twin flames do it so much better than they give themselves credit for. And the reason they don't give themselves credit is because they are experiencing icky emotions. And when you have a negative emotion, you automatically think you're not doing well, and that's not the case. That just means you're processing a negative emotion that's fluid. It needs to run through your body. That is it. So there's going to be a lot of learning happening, and I'm hearing this twin flame. There's a group of them, but I'm hearing this. I'm hearing that feminine has learned to stand in her power. Feminine is doing great. Feminine is moving forward. She's not caring what people think about what she's doing. She's already been through the hard part of dismantling bad relationships. She's been through the hard part of being rejected for her spirituality. She's been through the hard part of recognizing that the masculine was really caught up in a lot of third party situations with a lot of other people. And Feminines also learn to detach from that. The group I'm channeling for, yes, you have learned to detach from that. Now, masculine, his job, and it's going to hit him harder and it's going to hit him faster, more intense, because they are more physical. They like to take action. So there are things they're going to experience where feminine, this is what I'm getting. Feminine story has been kind of long and drawn out, where source is taking you through this, where masculine, it's like, but it's long, like it's longer than my screen, where masculine is going to be like in the beginning, because they have to be shaken up, and the reason they have to be they are too tough. They're too tough for their own good. They fight against the things that they really desire, and they fight for the things that they really don't want, and it's out of habit that they do this, because the things they really do want, they don't feel right to them right now. They're still sitting in that karmic dramatic energy. They have not awakened to who their inner being is. I could not do this without understanding who my inner being was. I could not go through my healing without understanding that. And I definitely could not have been successful through this, guys, if I had not spent like the first year, or at least 9, 10 months of practicing spiritual stuff with my inner being that I learned through Abraham Hicks. I did not go anywhere else. It was just Abraham. That's all I learned with. And it took me on my own journey, showed me my own stream, started opening up my own gifts. It's like I've started reliving a lot of this, well, so many stories from the Bible. That's what my life is designed to do, is rewrite the Bible with my life story through my art. That is what my life was designed to do. So, all of my stories have been aligned with major themes in the Bible, and a lot of other people too, but mine specifically down to like it's crazy. It's crazy. I can't go into it too much right now. But that is what's happening with a lot of other twin flames right now. Feminine sitting in this energy of strong mind, strong will, strong boundaries, and they're not accepting the bullshit anymore. They're not engaging in the arguments. They're not engaging in the fight. They have just learned to pull their energy back, stay quiet, and keep moving forward. Leadership. They are leading the way. They want, this is interesting because I don't normally talk about this, but they want me to point out not all twin flames are meant to come back into union. There are, especially right now in the ascension that we're having, because we are in the ascension, there are twin flames who are meant to just help each other, like wake up and go on their separate ways. It's not meant to come back into union. They want me to point that out. It's like, you don't need to, and you know what it is? People are, that's why they're saying there are people who are getting stuck in the healing phase where they're trying to hold space for a twin flame. And when you hold that space, that's really, you need that space for yourself right now, because you don't have enough space in your own cup. So let's say you're holding space for a twin flame. I wish there was less water in this. Let's just pretend it was down to here, okay? It's half full. This being half full, and you're holding the rest of that space up here for your twin flame. But if you are half full, how are you ever going to show your twin flame? Like, how are you ever going to lead your twin flame to go towards what they need to go towards? If your cup stays half empty or half full, however you want to look at it, they don't feel the pinch in your energy. That portal is wide open. They could blow right through, right? Your straw is not pinched off. So you need to have your own cup fully filled up before you could even consider holding space for someone else. Because that space that you're holding there's healing that needs to happen there. Look at that. Someone you view, and they're not, it's not gender related. Okay, it could just be the energy. The queens, the queens in tarot, they ground the energy. Okay, they're pulling it down, they're solidifying it, they're grounding the energy. The kings, they've already established the energy. Okay, they've already established that energy. You being this, you're looking over here at someone who's already established, and your view of them has changed. This came in reverse and it fell on the ground, and they're telling me that's significant. So let me get why. Give me a minute to just see why they're saying that's significant. You stopped believing in a dream. There's some type of dream that it's like you felt this energy, beautiful energy, when it came to this person. And something happened, an experience, trauma, whatever it may be, something happened that skewed your view of this person. Look, that wanted to stay out, and that's what's on the bottom. You are angry with this person, and you haven't dealt with the anger to that yet. And here's why. In the past, whoever this is, for some reason, they thought you just wanted, resources from them. They thought you just wanted money from them. Um, Status, fame, money. That's what they thought in the past. So it's like you were looking at this person. That's interesting. You were looking at this person as, okay, this is who I'm meant to be around. Like you felt right. Source showed you the rightness of this relationship, where this other person had this energy. Yeah, they were feeling this energy from you, which is causing you, and right now, even if you're not expressing it verbally, or you're vibrating anger towards this person, because while you saw them as this stable, loving person that you could really build with, because I'm hearing source showed you this connection. Source brought this connection to you. Source fed you all of these nuggets. This isn't something you just kind of say, ooh, I want to be like them. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to do that. It wasn't like that. It's like source showed you this person. So when that happened, it felt totally right to you. It felt amazing. And you were disappointed that they didn't feel the same way. You found out they didn't feel the same way. There's going to be judgment on that. It's just like you're going to receive clarity about this situation. So what's the clarity about? They didn't choose you. Okay, they weren't choosing you at that time because they saw a lot of harshness and brashness that was going on around you, a lot of arguing, a lot of thievery, a lot of trying to get one over on people. But now they see that you've moved away from that. This is what you don't see coming. It's like they've witnessed you move away from this energy. So now all of a sudden they're ready to come in and make another judgment call, and it's like they've been sparked with an idea. So what's this idea? So something that was disappointing to you all of a sudden is going to be made right now. I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be made right. Look, 6 of Cups. Yes. 29:11. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, saith the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, to give you hope in a future. Right? So that is that is what's happening here. It's like they are having an epiphany that you have really morphed into somebody that's mysterious, enigmatic, an enigma. An enigma, that's what I hear, an enigma. Very interesting. And there's something about your eyes that just, it makes this person tear up. It's like, I'm gonna cry. Because I feel emotions, guys, intensely when I channel. And there's just something, it's like they can't wait. There's something about your eyes looking like the window to your soul. There's a purity to them. There's an innocence in them, and there's a passion in them for whatever it is that you do and what you speak about, how you live. You exude everything that this person has been looking for. Yeah. And this is interesting too. This person that you were focused on here, like here you are, you know, you've got it, you've set your boundaries, you're focused over here on this King of Cups, and they made you feel really good. But when something about feeling rejection with them, it made you angry, and you do need to process that anger and get it out of your heart. It's like, don't deny it. You can say, I am angry in my heart. I don't know how to pull that anger up and process it right now. So source, please help me figure out how I need to process that. They will cook up the atmosphere for you. They will set the scene. All of a sudden, your day is going to be cleared. All of a sudden, if you have kids, all of a sudden all your kids have plans, and you are left alone by yourself, and then all of a sudden they just naturally, your spirit team will naturally start pulling those emotions and those feelings up and out of you. If you ask them to do that, you don't have to work to do it. You don't have to sit there like, I'm angry, get angry, cry, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is ask them to help you process that anger, and they will make sure that all the people that need to be out of the way so they're not harmed by you processing your anger are out of the way. Then they will take you and put you in the atmosphere. And this is something my mom used to love to grab my dad's toes, and she would pop them. I don't know why, but it was always a thing they did, I guess, when they met. And when I meditate and I need help crying, my brother or my mom, and 3205 was just on the clock. That's his day to death, 325. I will feel my left toe like get squeezed, and then all of a sudden I will just burst into tears. Okay, that baggage has to come out of your body. The same way you ingest chemicals, the same way you ingest food that's not good for you, and you have to process, you have to do things to get that out of your body. You have to do the same thing with your emotions. If you leave that stuck in there and you don't honor those emotions, you deny them, they stay in there. And then the vibration that you are emitting to the universe is absolutely opposite of what you are intending. You could be saying, everything's working out for me, having all of these dense past experiences sitting right here, and your stomach is saying nothing's working out for me. Your solar plexus, all your chakras are screaming nothing's working out for me while you're trying to do the lip service. And that is why healing is so important. We've got to get past the stigma that you have to be happy all the time. If we were meant to be happy all the time, what would be the point of having all of the whole range of emotions? What would be the purpose of that? Everything in your body has a purpose. Every organ has a purpose. It's a filter system. Your tear ducts, all of that, your sweating, your pores, those are filter systems for your emotions. You could literally be on the treadmill thinking of whatever it is you need to heal. They are speaking this right now. They just literally made my... You could be on a treadmill thinking about whatever this experience is that's got you angry, and exerting that energy. That is you getting the energy out. Literally, because you're thinking about the act, you're thinking about what makes you angry, you're pumping the body, you're moving that energy around in your body, and that anger is coming out through sweat through your pores. Does that make sense to a lot of people on this planet? No, because nobody has been taught this. You know what we're taught to do? Go to the doctor. I'm feeling depressed. Oh, try this medication. And then you go on that medication. You don't have no sex drive. You're losing hair. You've got acne all of a sudden. You're gaining weight. Oh, but it's going to help you feel better, right? You don't need that shit to help you feel better all the time. If you know how to process your emotions in a healthy way and become emotionally intelligent, you would never have to take that again. I know, because I am witness to it. I don't take anything anymore. Not a thing, except for my thyroid and vitamins. Sometimes I'll take trazodone, but I don't even take that all the time. So, yeah, it is possible. And that is what's happening. Somebody here is trying to stay too positive and deny their emotions. with the hopes that they are going to manifest something. But you're not going to until you process the anger. Thank you for the confirmation. Insensible. It's a vocabulary app, and the actual word is insensible. OMG. It's not sensible to think that you're going to be able to manifest this by bypassing the anger. You're not going to be able to manifest this person into your life if you are still holding this resentment or anger over them not coming towards you in the past because they felt this energy in your area, right? Whether it was you in this energy or somebody around you, they just felt oh, this person was given false information about you from somebody who was in this energy. Yeah. That's why they didn't come towards you. But that's being made right. And source is wanting you to know they will come towards you, but right now you've got a ball of anger that's sitting in your body. And you could literally just do what I just said. Go to the gym, get on a machine, think about that, whatever that is, pump that shit out and let it go. Let it go. It doesn't mean sit there and stew. And here's the other part where you got to be careful. I'm really getting into the emotions today, aren't I? You got to be careful with this. Stewing in it and letting your mind go crazy with the memories and allowing the law of attraction to take you down the rabbit hole. When you are processing these, the easiest way to do it is to focus on the emotion. I feel anger inside right now. I'm feeling fucking pissed. I am pissed. I'm angry. Angry. And you could think about the person, you could think about what happened, but the more you think about it, remember, law of attraction is going to bring more thoughts to it, just like it. So if you are not good at deliberately stopping your thoughts and shifting them into another direction, I would stay general with your emotions when you process this. Do not try to sit there and think about all the detail and get yourself all worked up to the point where you get done working out and then you're just walking around the house pacing like that didn't fucking work. You got to stay general. You say, I'm feeling angry right now. I want my anger out of my body. I want to process this shit and I want to let it go. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do some shit and I'm going to let this shit go. So it's like, just go general. Don't talk about the specifics of why you're angry. Just talk about the emotion. Talk about where you're feeling it in your body. Work that part of your body. It'll clear the chakra. Okay. This is a long reading. They had me do a lot in this one. I apologize for that. If you want to book with me, there's information in the description box below. They are saying a lot of people are wanting to book with me. I put it in the description box, but I never say that. I never tell you guys that stuff. So there you go. That's my plug. See you later.